Hey, Jack Squad, how everybody doing? Happy Tuesday morning. It is Tuesday, right? Happy Tuesday morning to everyone. Before I get started, make sure that you make it happen for yourself and, try to have a good day. Every day, make every day a great day, right? Do your best at that. Drop down in the description box and like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, okay? Hit the bell so that you'll be notified when I upload new videos. I do got some subs today, y'all. Hold on. But anyway, now I gotta find it. Okay, here we go. My first sub is Andrew. Don't have his last name, but Andrew. You know who you are. Thank you so much. And then my next sub is... Wait a minute. Where is she? Boss Woman Overflow. Boss Woman Overflow and Andrew, okay? Today, y'all, I'm talking about how to know if your mate is cheating. I said mate, not man. Mate. Even though I'm coming from a woman's perspective, because I ain't never dated a woman, and never will, but I'm coming from a female's perspective, right? Now this applies to women as well, right? Yeah, so anyway, I got some notes that I have taken because I looked this, I did a little research on this probably a week or two ago when I was at one of my kids' house. I don't know which one, but I had looked this up, and I also applied it to my life or my friend's life or something like that, right? And so there are telltale signs to knowing someone's cheating. Now, what happens is sometimes we ignore the signs because you're so in love or you so whatever. You don't want to rock the boat, so you ignore the signs because you figure you're the main one. But sometimes you could be the main, start off as the main one, and he'll try to put you in the number 2 spot. He want to keep you, but he won't put you in the number 2 spot, right? So anyway, the first sign to know when your mate is cheating is your intuition. That little bell that goes off in your head, that little feeling that you have, that's intuition. And I always say like this, if you think it, so it is. So if you my man and I think you cheating and I get those signs and get to feeling funny and my stomach hurting. I remember one time was a guy I really, really liked. And since I've been single, really, really liked him. Matter of fact, he just called me. Hadn't talked to him in over a year. Really, really liked, right? We went out, we had fun, we looked good together, liked him. One day my stomach just hurted. It just turned over, right? And because I ignored a sign or two, not because I'm being dumb, because I'm just having fun and living my life, right? My stomach hurted. And so I asked him, did he live with a woman? Because we had hung out a few times. He never said, like I told y'all before, they'll say, I don't care if you just met him a day ago, that day, they're going to say, come on, swing by and see where I live. They want you to know, even if you don't go in. They want you to know. He hadn't done that. We had been having so much fun, and he was actively courting me, bringing me flowers and notes and all kind of stuff, right? So I ignored a few things for a week or two, for a minute, right? Well, anyway, my stomach was hurting. And when I sat down to ask him the hard questions, he didn't want to answer. He hesitated, but he answered. Your intuition. That's the number one way. And now this is going off of science, but I'm just telling you as a woman, that's the number one way. If you feel it, check it out, because it probably is so, especially if you have a bond with that man. Especially if you have a bond with that man. You know, you in heavy like, especially if you're in love. If you're in love, you really should know the signs. I had a guy tell me a long time ago that I was dating that it's easy to tell because his behavior will change, which is what I'm getting ready to talk about now. So it's called technology changes. Let's say he got a lock on his phone now. He didn't have a lock before. Or when the phone rings, he get up and go away and talk. You know what I'm saying? Or he keep it right by him at night. You know, stuff like that, right? You're just not allowed to see the phone, touch the phone, nothing with the phone. The phone is a real private situation, right? And you know, with technology, it may be a little easier to cheat, you know? Because cheating now, let me define cheating. If you're in a relationship, even if you're having an emotional relationship with someone, that's cheating. Because you're giving them your feelings, you're giving them your time, you're giving them your heart. That's cheating to me too, even without the sexual act. That's a form of cheating, and it can lead to physical activity. All right? The next sign, also, if they're on their laptop or whatever, and they close it every time you enter the room, that's a sign. Because you know, a lot of dudes be on porn sites. A lot of people are addicted to porn. Yeah, people are addicted to porn and stuff, or they like having online relationships. Like, I've talked to guys who I ain't never met, but you know, I've talked to them time or two, and then I realize they got a woman or something. But that's something that they do. They like having online relationships. They may not never have any intention on meeting you or seeing you, but the fact they just like to talk to you or whatever they get out of that, I don't know, because people are weird. But that's number 2, the behavior change, right? And also, you know, with that phone, see, that phone is a dangerous thing today, because, you know, a woman or the opposite, whoever you cheating with, can text you, email you. You know, y'all can have a whole relationship and still not, because some people are okay with not seeing you all the time. Like me, I'm needy, right? If you're interested in me, I need you to call me every day. That's just with the interest. If we're developing a relationship, I might need you to call me 2-3 times a day. Check on me, see about me, show me your interest. So if you're not doing that, I know it's something else going on. But men who cheat, I'm just speaking from my perspective, they will always, they can easily text you and send you little messages, and you think, oh, when really he can't talk, okay? What's the next one? Your friends and your family notice something. You know, because a lot of times when you in it, you don't see it. You can't see it because you're in it, right? But people on the outside can see that something's going on. People on the outside can see that something's going on. You just can't see it, bless your heart. You know, I got friends who will tell me their situation with their man, somebody they met, somebody they dating. As soon as they start talking, I know, but I don't say anything because that's my friend, and let it play out. You know, because I don't want to seem like I'm stopping your joy or interfering with your joy or hating on you, which I never do. But I don't want it to seem like that. I don't want it to appear like that. So I can see it, and then when it's over, or about to be over, they'll tell me all the stuff, and I'd say, oh, really? What? You know, but I already knew when you told me from the beginning, I already knew what it was, right? Oh, so this is what the psychologists say. It says the cheater will always try to justify why they're cheating. So let's say me and so-and-so together, he's going to talk about me or tell my faults or that would be what comes to light because he wants to justify why he's cheating, right? And let me tell y'all something. The person I was with for all them years, he cheated. He cheated. He cheated. And then the last time he cheated, he was in a whole relationship. And he would always say, I didn't do this and I didn't do that, right? But then I got to a point where I didn't do shit, right? Now, immediately after we broke up, he went from sugar to shit, right? And I know that he's sitting at home. He called me the other day, too. I know he's sitting at home contemplating and thinking about the badass decisions that he made while he was with me, because I know I'm a hell of a girl, right? But anyway, they'll try to justify that. Okay, so number 4, things don't add up. The stories just don't match, y'all. I always sound like some bullshit. A lot of times when people telling you something, it might not register right then. Then when you lay down or you get a moment to yourself, you get to thinking about shit and be like, wait, what? What? And you get to calculating and refiguring and rethinking. When the shit don't make sense and when it don't sound right, it ain't right. It ain't right. His routine change. I knew of a situation, y'all, where the man actually had a second job, but then he paid somebody to work the second job. So during the second job time, he could be with his side piece. That's creative. That's creative. Matter of fact, this particular couple did a lot of creative things that, I wouldn't do. And they might still be together now, I don't know. It lasted 15 years that I know of, but he was very creative. He was very creative. When they would cook, he put on pajamas so the smell wouldn't be in his clothes. When they rode together, he'd sit back where the middle of the car would be so you couldn't see him. He'd lay back and sit back. Yeah, behavior changes, right? Also, to know when he's cheating, you the woman, you the main one. You don't get invited to the family functions no more, or you get discouraged from going to the family functions, or the job functions, or the friends parties, or the friends situations. You're not invited no more. He can do, because when they clever, see, this is how, when you're not paying attention, right? I've been victim to that, not really paying attention, not as far as not being invited to nothing, but a lot of stuff I just didn't pay attention to at first, right? But then you got those kind of families who you can't bring nobody but the main line to the situation. Now, I was in that situation. I don't think my in-laws would have allowed him to just come and happily sit and bring somebody. Matter of fact, I know they wouldn't. They wouldn't, because when I first met him, it was a while before I met them. He was private with them, with his family. But, you're not invited to the shindigs no more. You ain't invited to the shindigs no more. Or you don't know about them. Or you're discouraged from them. When they're good cheaters, they're real clever about things. They're real clever about hiding things, right? They're real clever about that. Then we got, I call this the guilty complex. He overdoes things. He overdoes. Did I say that, overdoes? That sounds country. He overdoes things, right? You may start getting some gifts or something that you didn't normally get, or a piece paying extra attention that he didn't normally pay. And when things are off balance or there's a shift in a relationship, you feel it. You just have to hone into it, because you can definitely feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it. You may get unexpected gifts. Or he started helping with the kids, doing all the stuff he don't do. That's because I call that the guilty complex. That's what I call it. Start doing more around the house, because he's trying to compensate for the wrong. So you got to pay attention to the signs, y'all. Got to pay attention to the signs. Yeah, just plain old feeling guilty, right? Or, now this happens a lot. This is common. He gets irritated quickly. A lot of times when you got too much on your plate, it becomes frustrating. So you got the side piece, and see, a lot of times the side piece don't even know she's a side piece, especially if it's new. She don't know your routine. She don't know how you are. So she don't even know that she's the side piece, right? Because, you know, I told you I was dating a guy. I didn't know. I did keep messing with him after I found out, but I didn't know, right? You know, I broke it off, but because he was fun and I was single and fucking, right? But I know I don't want nobody to do that to me, so I broke it off. We remained friends and stuff like that, but I broke it off because, for one, I need you all to myself. And see, that's what happens when the side piece realizes. Like, some people are cool with it. I know people that are cool with it. They cool. They got time to do whatever it is they want to do, and then when that person's with them, that's their time. Some people cool with that. I'm needy, like I was telling y'all. I'm needy. I need you to call me. I need you to see about me. I need your attention when I need your attention. I might wake up at 2 a.m. and want to call you, or 4 or 5 or 6, whatever. You know, I need you, right? I remember one time I had a flat. Now, this is the guy that I'm telling y'all about that I was messing with. He was attentive to my needs. Like, if something happened, he would come see about it. You know, so it had me threw off. You know, had he not taken me to his house, we probably shouldn't be messing around now. You know what I'm saying? Because he was that. He was all that. But they could get irritated quickly. And that happened with me and my ex. He would get irritated quickly. Everything became an argument. Nigga, what you arguing about that shit for? Until it got to a point where I ain't arguing no more. You argue with your damn self. I'm gonna just stop talking to you, period. Because you're not gonna mess up my day. You're not going to steal my joy. You're not going to aggravate the shit out of me. You know, it got so bad that I was like, yo, people gonna come in here and find you on the goddamn floor. You know, because he would just agitate. He just would act like, why? You know, I'm not doing shit. Why the fuck are you bothering me? But he was irritated because and a lot of times, when you know what you have, this is the way I'm looking at it. When you know what you have is good, but you like this other shit over here, but you don't want to lose this, there comes the conflict within themselves, right? And this is the all-time classic. They accuse you of cheating. You know, I always heard through the years, when a man is accusing you, especially if you ain't doing nothing, it's because they're doing something. They accuse you of cheating. You know, you this, you that, you did this, you did that, you doing this, you doing that. That's the number one. That's number 2. In my book, now I'm going by what the scientists say. In my book, that's number 2. That's right after you feel something, you can feel it, right? It don't feel right. It ain't adding up. That's number 2 or 3 to me. The fact that when he starts accusing you of cheating, you know damn well you ain't. That's the deflection, right? And he'll ask you if you've been seeing other people, or your mate will ask you if you've been seeing other people, because that's what they're doing. You know, guilt is heavy. Guilt is real heavy. You know, I was watching a program just early this morning about, I don't know what it was. It was Dateline or something, right? And they had been looking for this guy. He had killed somebody. They'd been looking for him. And when they caught him and had all the evidence and presented it to him in that room, even though he lied and said he didn't do it, when they got up and, you know, they watch you on the tape when they get up and go out the room, he immediately went to sleep. And I've been seeing this on different shows for years. When people are guilty, that's what they do. They go to sleep because it's like a weight lifted off of them. You know, they go to sleep, right? So, you know, the behavior, it's always in the behavior if you pay attention. That's why initially, all the time, but initially especially, you must pay attention. And if you're a mother, if you're a woman, you have those skills already. You just got to use them, right? Pay attention. Pay attention to them. You know, because that'll tell you everything. That will tell you everything. One moment, let's see. Oh, I had a guy tell me this before about what his wife told him. They're more sexual in the bed, or things have changed in the bedroom. They're doing different shit, right? I don't know if it's because somebody taught them, or, you know, I don't know, but they do different shit. I had a guy tell me that if he was a chronic cheater, right? And his wife would ask him, well, where'd you get that from? Where'd you learn that at? They've been together a long time, right? So, and I think that if you're an sexually active couple, it's okay to change and read up on some shit. Maybe you should do it together, but it's okay to add shit to the relationship, right? Now, this is what happened between me and my ex. You just don't talk anymore. You just ain't talking no more. You know, you live in two separate lives. We lived in one household and lived two separate lives. He went on about his business. I went on about my business. All I cared about is that money was on the table, on the dresser, wherever it needed to be, and the shit that needed to be done in the house was done. That's it. And once it got to that point, I said, this is not life. This is not how you live. Even though I had become used to him, right? I was used to him. I was used to a certain lifestyle. I was used to certain things. I had to, in my mind, begin to break that, you know, because I knew that this was, I couldn't live like this. Now, he, on the other hand, was content with living like that the rest of our lives. That's when I said, oh, this shit is crazy. He was content with me ignoring the fuck out of him, not saying shit. We didn't sleep in the same room. I made him go in the attic. I slept in my room by myself. Matter of fact, I didn't really want him in my bed. Every now and then I'd come home, we'd be laying on my bed, and I'd be like, don't do that, especially with your clothes on. You've been all out in the streets, all in the world. I don't like that, right? But yeah, you don't talk anymore. It's over. Once you stop communicating, it's over, period. And then that turns into misery, animosity, hate. It turns into all type of shit, y'all. I'm telling you, I lived it. You know, just because I didn't want to be without, and I didn't want to have to go through the struggle anymore. Been through the struggle. I ain't want to go down that street no more. I want to stay on this street, the non-struggle street. But yeah, no talking, you know. And you know, he was still talking. I was just ignoring. And then it got to a point where I don't even want him in my same space. I don't want you breathing the same air as me. That's when it got really bad. Like, I don't even like the sight of you. And you know what's so strange, y'all? I would practically beg for his attention in the later years, right? And he wouldn't give it to me. And then when I stopped and just said fuck him and went on with my life, is when he tried to become attentive. I don't want you anymore. I don't like you. I was in a whole relationship, y'all. Let me tell you this. I was in a whole relationship, and I went through probably all the levels when you go through. You know, there's 6 or 7 emotions you go through with, like a death, when you break up with someone. The anger, the sadness, and all that. I went through all of those emotions right there in the house with him. I went through the breakup phase, the crying and all that. I went through that shit right while he was in the house with me. So when he actually left, I was over him. I was over him, right? I was over him. I can get angry from time to time if I think about some shit. But basically, I got over him while he was in that house. So y'all, pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to in here. In here. Pay attention to that, because that's your signal. That's what God gives you to ward off danger, so to speak, right? So pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to any differences. Now, a lot of times differences could be good because people do evolve. So if he's changing for the good, okay, cool. Or she changing for the good, okay, cool. But if not, pay attention. You can be your own detective. You don't need to ask somebody. Like when I be watching, and I like to watch it. What's that show? Joey Greco, Cheaters. It'll come on Saturdays or something. When I watch that show, and they get the detective, and the detective watch them. Shit, that's some shit you can do. Shit, me and my girls did that before, right? You watch them, you pay attention. But today, all you gotta do is go through the phone if you can. They'll tell you everything you need to know. Go through the phone, watch the signs, watch how you move, all of that. It's not hard, y'all. So, pay attention to the signs. You know, I forgot to tell y'all to like. I need y'all, I know y'all watch. I appreciate you. Appreciate my new subscribers, too. Thank you for joining the Jack Squad. Thank you for watching Jackie with a Q. But I need y'all to hit that like button. I'm going to have to say that periodically. I just be so busy talking. I need y'all to hit that like button. Just lightly tap it. Lightly tap it, okay, y'all? So anyway, let me get back to my sub. Anyway, I got distracted. I got a text. Anyway, y'all, my subs are Andrew. I remember Andrew. And then it was another lady. I liked her name. It was Boss Woman. Was it Boss Woman Making Moves? Let me see. because I liked her. Yeah, Boss Woman Overflow. Boss Woman Overflow and Andrew. Again, thank you, Andrew. Jack Squad, I appreciate y'all. I'm going to go and get my day started. Everybody have a great day. Don't forget you the designer of your destiny. Keep your mask on, y'all, because this shit getting bad out here. I got a cousin right now that has the Delta variant. He's been in the hospital. Seemed like about almost a week, if not, it's been a week. He usually texts me every day, but I did talk to his sister yesterday. She said he might be going home in a couple of days. But it's a lot to go with that, Sweats, can't eat, can't sleep, it's misery, just plain old misery, right? So I'm back wearing double mask. I told y'all that before, because I'm scared. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching Jackie with a Q. Don't forget to drop down in the description box. All my social media sites are there. My email, post office box, my Cash App. Y'all be good. Bye-bye.